Have you ever felt like everything is going crazy? Like nothing makes sense? From your father and mother to the politicians and your friends and your family and your job co-workers and everybody is like completely it feels like they've lost it. You feel that you are the only sane person in a completely insane world. How to stay sane in an insane world? If you're new here, my name is Khurshid, and I have been teaching the Art of Living series of meditation courses for more than 30 years now, all over the world. And I help people just like you up spiral their lives with the secrets of meditation, spirituality, sleep, wellness, fitness, things like that. So, how do you stay sane in a world that's gone completely cuckoo? The number one thing I think I should tell you is to restrict what you see on social media. Go on a social media or a news diet. Really follow accounts that talk about the good things that are happening in the world. Follow good journalists, people who report balanced views of looking at what's going on around them. Unfortunately, humanity as a whole seems to thrive on negativity. Becoming a little more conscious about what you consume as news, of what accounts you follow on social media, is going to create a much better state of mind for you. Somehow I feel that the entire ecosystem seems to be training us to become helpless. There is something called learned helplessness, where when things go wrong again and again and again and again and again and again in your life and around you, you kind of resign to it, so that even something that can go right, you don't attempt to make it right. You kind of give up. What you are watching, who you are with, plays a very big role in this learning to be helpless. And the way out is restrict what you are watching to what is important for you in your profession. Be careful of who you are hanging out with. Who are your friends? Do you meet each other and simply talk horrible things? Or do you say, oh, you know what? I found this person doing some amazing things for the environment. We used to play a game where I would ask everybody to, close their eyes, and then you could do it right now. Close your eyes, and when I tell you to open them, just look around you and count all the round things that you see in your room, in your environment. Okay, I'm giving you 5 seconds to do it. Ready? Open your eyes and start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, stop. Now just make a note of how many you saw. Maybe you saw 5, maybe you saw 10, maybe you saw 15. What round circular things did you see? And now I want you to really start noticing. You see, all our eyeballs are round. The buttons on your shirt is round. Your fan main motor is round. If you are having speakers, usually the tweeters, the speaker woofer, they are round. If you just look around you, there is so much of round things, isn't it? Okay, so again I want you to close your eyes. Just 5 seconds. Ready? Open your eyes and now again count all the round circular spherical things that you can see. 5 seconds again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just look, how many round things did you see? Did you notice that you saw many, many more? And by the way, did you see any rectangular things? I'm sure there is a lot of rectangular things around you, but either you didn't see them at all or you ignored them. And this is what happens in learned helplessness. When you have given up, you only see the round things. You don't see everything else. Right? The reason why you saw many more round things was because you were looking for round things. The reason why you feel defeated is because you are actively looking for things that have gone wrong. pause here and really start to look at the things that have gone right, and you will see that there are many such things, but your mind somehow wants to come back to the things that have gone wrong. If you're looking for round things, you're going to find wrong things. If you're looking for good things, you're going to find good things, and the responsibility is totally yours. It's a training, it's a practice that you have to do. Which brings me to the second thing. Look for things to be grateful for. What are the things that have happened right now to you in the last hour or so that you could be grateful for? When you start looking for stuff that brings a sense of gratitude inside you, you will be amazed at how wonderful your life actually is. But when you only focus on the things that have gone wrong, you know, Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, he says it very nicely. He says 10 compliments. Someone gives you 10 compliments. Oh, you are wonderful. Your eyes are so beautiful. You know, your lips are amazing. And what a fantastic body you have. And that shirt that you are wearing. Oh my God, where did you get it? I give you 10 compliments and then I just do one insult and I say, but your nose, you know, it looks really ugly. What will you remember? You take home that nose. Who is he to talk about noses anyway? Has he seen his nose in the mirror? Right? We latch on to the negative. We train ourselves to become helpless. And then we feel everything around us is going wrong. Everybody has lost it. Becoming simply aware of this is also a very big step towards really getting out of this. The next thing I would invite you to do is do small things. Take a small step today and accomplish it. You want to get fit? Alright. How about doing just one push-up today? Oh, you can't do push-ups. You can definitely go against the wall and do a push-up there. How about doing just 5 wall push-ups? How about having a salad today before you have your meal? Doing one small thing gives you a squirt of dopamine and says, okay, I accomplished this. Now maybe I can accomplish something else and something else and something else, and you're out of it. Whatever is your big dream in life, break it down into projects. Break those projects down into tasks and take simple tasks every day and do those simple tasks. Little drops of water, little grains of sand, they make the mighty ocean and the gentle land. You cannot accomplish an ocean, but you can definitely accomplish a teaspoon of water today. Do that. 1 teaspoon done is 1 teaspoon less to do. And suddenly the teaspoon becomes a cup. And the cup becomes a bucket. And a bucket becomes a bathtub. And a bathtub becomes a lake. And before you know it, you're already where you want to be. Go slowly. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Get it done. One more aspect I want to touch upon is money. The way we think about wealth also can lead to some crazy stuff going on up here. You know, many people use very bad language when it comes to money. He is filthy rich, obnoxiously rich. Would you really want to be near someone who is filthy and obnoxious? Then is it any wonder that you don't have the requisite zeros in your bank account? In this country, in India, we worship Lakshmi as a goddess. We have given the pedestal of a goddess to wealth. How can you say that a goddess is filthy and obnoxious? Developing a healthy relationship with money. You know, many people say, oh, you know what, I don't have so much, but at least I did not mess someone's life up. I did not screw some people's lives up to get rich. Which kind of implies that all rich people have somehow messed people's lives up to become rich. No. There are many people who have done some amazing work for humanity, and they have gathered their wealth. They have made intelligent decisions again and again, right? Even looking at expenses, if you can feel grateful for the expenses that you're paying, if you can reframe that, you pay your credit card bill and oh my God, I had to pay so much money. Instead of that, you can say, wow, I'm so grateful that this money that I spent got me my new laptop, got me that trip to Bali, you know, got me my new piano. I'm so grateful that the money that I spent has given me such blessings. It is March, it is the time for income tax. I always say there are only two things that are inevitable in life: death and income tax. Instead of cribbing like most people do, how about saying, I'm paying rent to live in this amazing country? When you reframe, instead of thinking, oh, I am paying so much tax and there are still holes in the road, what am I paying the tax for? When you look at all the amazing things that your country has to offer you, and you realize that, oh, I am giving this money so that I can enjoy that, the whole outlook towards money will change. And you become grateful for the expenses that you incur, and that itself will bring so much more to your bank. I want to end this video with a beautiful little story of this little kid and my Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji. Gurudev was in a satsang, and this little child comes to him towards the end of satsang, and Gurudev takes a handful of sweets and gives it to this kid. And this child goes down into the audience and gives one to a few people and comes back again. And again Gurudev takes a handful and gives it to the child, and the child does it again, and it happens the third time, and it happens the fourth time. And someone standing next to Gurudev says, Gurudev, how long are you going to keep giving the sweets to this kid? And Gurudev says, as long as he keeps giving them away. And that's how nature works. You have some amazing stuff to give to the world. You have some tremendous superpowers that you kind of take for granted. And when you start sharing that, I guarantee you that the world will reward you. So when things are going completely crazy, when things are going completely out of control, when you feel, am I the only sane person here? Pause and start looking at all the things that you do have, all the things that are actually working in your life and have worked in your life. If you can't think of anything, just remember, you won the ultimate race the moment you were born. Millions of sperms were there. You were the guy who made it. You start life as a winner. Never forget that. And if this feels extremely intellectual, to make it a reality, I would really invite you to learn and practice meditation. I know I say this in most of my videos. I always tell people, please learn to meditate. Please practice meditation, because that makes such a difference to everything. It's not that I have never felt like this. I have, even after meditating for so many years, I have felt people are mad, people are crazy. What's the matter with them? I have felt this. But then I go back and I meditate, and my state of mind changes, and it's just so much easier to be able to recognize goodness. Not ignore the badness, but recognize goodness and know that it is not all bad. There are little sparks of hope and love and light which can turn into blazing flames and really change everything. What do you think? What are your ways of coping when things go completely wrong? Please let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. All the best.